Hey there everyone, Hitesh here and welcome to another Saturday Live. So yes, this time I'm right on time and welcome to all of you in this Saturday Live session. We have a lot of time today, so we'll be answering a lot of your questions if I can. And in the meantime, let me go up in my YouTube studio and try to enable the regular stuff that you are quite familiar with. The slow mode and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and give it a try on that too. By the way, how are you? How's your day going on? And how things are for you? So YouTube Studio, it's a little bit of effort every time I have to put up. I wish there could be a kind of a template setting that I could have made. So in the meantime, let me have a chit chat with you. Okay, so a lot of you have joined up. So Muthu is here. Hello Muthu, how are you? Uh, Bimal is here from Nepal. Hey, how are you? Sagar is here. Sagar, hello to you as well. It's taking a bit while today to just get into the settings and stuff. So just wait for a couple of seconds and in the meantime we can have it. Sanjeev says, hi sir, how are you? Hi Sanjeev, I'm good. Hope you are doing good as well. And okay, finally in the control room of the live stream. And finally slow mode is enabled so that I can actually see a lot of questions that are coming in. And I should also pop out the chat so that I can see it in the real time as well. Okay, so looks like everything is here and we can actually now go ahead and start talking to you. Okay, Shakleen Ahmed, hello from Canada, hello from India as well. I hope the audio video is just like always, crispy, clear, and enjoying all of these stuffs. And I'll start answering your questions as well. Some of you did message me on Instagram as well as on email as well that we are seeing our email ID as well as our phone number and sometimes even the IP information in the videos of Learn Code Online. That is a security feature. We didn't wanted to implement it, but we found out that a lot of people were trying to pirate the courses and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of a stuff that we got up here. So don't worry about that. It's up there. Okay, so hi, good evening, sir. I like your mock test. Hey, thank you so much. We have rolled out a lot of them, and we will be definitely rolling them out a lot in the future. Okay, Bibek Jaswal says, I'm trying to code, but I'm failing. What to do next? That's kind of the whole idea about the programming of the stuff. You start it, you fail, and then you start again. And then you keep on writing, take some guidance of the people, take some good courses and stuff. And that's how we all learn. It's failing is inevitable. It's going to happen. You cannot just avoid it. There's no chance that you won't fail. Okay, Jagdish Chaudhary says, hello sir, Jagdish here from Gujarat. I'm a full-time UI developer and now going for full stack. Hey, that's great. Why don't you start with my full stack Modern course? It's one of the really most popular course around all over the internet. And best of luck for your journey. Let me know if I can help anything in that. Audio quality is slightly off. Is it so? No, I'm using the same settings. Sometimes this mic is a little bit uh, not so great as I see the other mic, but yeah, sometimes. Okay, Dharan says, how to become rich? No, this is not that kind of a stream that you're looking up for. That stream is different, that are being done by different set of people. That I'll tell you the secrets of becoming the rich. I don't do that. I don't know how to become insane rich. That's what we got up here. Okay, there's a super chat. Let me just answer that first. Okay, so hopefully I'll be able to see that. Hamza says, I'm from Pakistan. You're my ideal. I love you like elder brother. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate your love and thank you so much. Love back from India. And there's a super chat by Santosh says best SQL ORM for Node.js. Which one you use? It depends. For the SQL, I need to check it out. I forgot the name of it, so let me quickly go ahead and check it out. Which one I use actually? For the Mongo, we use Mongoose, uh, but for the SQL database, let me just quickly SQLize. Yeah, we use SQLize all the time. Whenever we need to do any kind of work, we just go for SQLize for that. That's what we do all the time. I don't think there is anything better than SQLize and Mongoose. Both are really all up there. Saiza says audio is okay. So seems like the previous guy who was saying, why don't you check out your headphones or your speakers a little bit, because I think the audio is perfectly clear and it's perfectly crisp as I can produce on the YouTube. Rest of compression actually comes from YouTube, not from me. I need to turn off my AC as well. It's too chilly now. Okay, so hello, sir. Your thoughts on Ethereum and the blockchain? I don't have any thoughts on Ethereum, but I got some interaction with some people and a little bit discussion, not too much depth, about the Hyperledger Fabric and its implementation is in the Azure cloud. Nothing too much to share about, but yes, there was a little bit of discussion that we went up uh, with my colleague. So yeah, that's I'm trying to still understand about the blockchain, the cryptocurrencies, and all of that. My knowledge in that is like nothing in that as of now. So yeah, let's see if things goes on a little bit more. If I get more in-depth knowledge, I'll probably roll out videos or something. Ice tea in the background. Yep, Ice tea. Finally, I got Ice tea today. Probably we can sponsor. If Nestle is watching this, I would love to get a sponsorship from Nestle to keep your iced tea all day long. Even in the winters, I can do it. So, cheers to all of you, for all iced tea fans, and for coffee lovers. Hi. That's all I can say. She says, how to get your Learn course. Everything is available at learncodeonline.in. I don't promote it too much in the Saturday Live because in Saturday Live, I prefer to take your questions rather than just posting about the courses and stuff. I can do that on some other day, but the Saturday Live is just for answering your questions, having a chit chat, see a whole lot of scrolls and stuff like that. Okay, Mrinal says, is becoming full stack developer worth I don't know what give you otherwise impression, because I think it's every single worth to invest your time in web and mobile, and web is still the dominant part. Mobile is coming up there, but majority of the websites are still being accessed at least for some time by the users on the web. So I don't think so web development is going anywhere. I think if you're still doubting the web development, you should do more research on why this question actually came to your mind, because if this question is coming up to your mind, uh, it's a little bit like that. Okay. Yes, mic quality is down. How is that even possible? Like, how come the mic quality can?
Okay, the mic quality is better now. Can I see that in the comment section? Ah, didn't knew that it was not picking up my mic. Can first we look out in the comment section that is the mic quality better now? Goodness, that was horrible. Horrible, horrible audio before that. Okay, so can I get some of the in the comment section that if we are getting the better audio now? Truly apologize for that. And yes, sometimes when you actually get the other quality of the mic and then you get the pro quality, it makes a good difference. So I hope now you can see the better quality. Okay, so didn't realize that. It's actually hard to take the decision. Super audio now. Hey, thank you so much. Sometimes it's actually a little bit difficult to take decision based on just one people who is saying it, because sometimes there are trolls and sometimes people who are not so friendly. So I hope we are back on the game of audio and video in the pro level. I hope things are better now. Okay, Shubham says, do you update your paid courses regularly? it really means what do you want to ask here. If you want to say that do I update regularly based on the code bases and the code files that are available and the minor version, yes. For extreme changes that happens like majority of the things have changed, no, I don't. I roll out a new course for that. In last few years, I have rolled out 3 times my React courses. So yes, eventually, if the things are drastically changed, I need to change. So first, initially, there was a basic version of React which rolled out. So that was one course. Then a lot changed up in the class-based module. So I rolled out a class-based course on React, and then everything changed into functional, and a whole lot of hooks came into the picture. So I re-recorded the entire course and rolled it out as a separate course. But if there are just minor sticks and tweaks, I usually roll them out inside in the courses sometimes on YouTube. I do updates them, but again, it's a highly perspective based question. Oh, okay. Let's pick up more questions. Okay, so yep, Om says, yep, better now. Arvind says, yep, fine now. Okay, thank you so much. Now we are on the better quality of the audio, just like you are quite familiar on this channel. Okay, so Rashmi says, Sir, I'm 33 and want to restart my career in front end. Is it possible? What kind of skills I should learn? Again, there is no point of pointing out the age here. You can restart your IT career any given point of time. Surely you won't be getting benefit as like you have that much of experience because you are just getting started. So you're competing with the freshers, and since age is a little bit later in this case, you need to brush up your skills, and a little bit more complex project will help you a lot. I have seen personally that companies do prefer candidates with a little bit age sometime. Startups, there's a different story, but sometimes in between mature companies prefer aged candidates because they come up with more maturity and things to handle. Because in the office environments, if all the kids are around, we need somebody with experience in the life as well. Okay, so Gaurav says, "What black magic did you did to fix the mic?" I have now much more control in my laptop. All of this live, and I am very soon. I actually did try it a couple of times. I tried to go live stream with couple of cameras, one here and another one is here, but I'm not gonna do that kind of shenanigans, at least as of now. But in the future, I'll try to go live with different cameras as well. Mic definitely is gonna be one. I have another mic here, which is better. This one is okay. Not super happy. Okay. Yeah, we discussed that earlier, Apurv, in the starting of the live, that why your phone number and email is showing on the video at LCO. This is a security issue that we faced, and now we have implemented a feature that if anybody tries to share their account or record the screen, we get to know about the person's email, and even IPs are being tracked so that we can directly take actions, not just blocking of the account, but actually actions against the people who are sharing the LCO account, and we are getting a lot of information now. So we'll be dialing up more information. I loved your teacher's theme. Hey, thank you so much. This theme is not going to get too many updates, but yeah, maybe in the future, if I'll get time, I'll roll out a couple of updates on that. Okay, so Kanaya says, I enrolled in LCO HTML course. I'm in the middle of the course. I have basic JS knowledge. What should I go for, React course or MERN? Any suggestion? The ideal state or ideal recommendation would be that after this, go for the Bootstrap course to take your web development knowledge to a pro level. You will be learning a lot about Bootstrap as well as custom designing of the cards and components and whatnot. But in case you want to skip that, that's also fine. That's totally doable. After finishing up my free JavaScript series, you can jump into React JS course. That would be ideal situation. Okay, so another question by Sai. It says, "Hola, sir. Hola. And I could not really concentrate on anything, any technique to remain focused. If you're not able to focus for a longer duration of time, try to break it down with small goal based. Uh, One thing that you can do, I know it sounds rubbish, but it actually works, is setting up an hourly alarm that every 1 hour you will focus on whatever the work that you are doing. But as soon as the alarm hits, you'll go do 5 push-ups or maybe just get a glass of water by walking, not just on the seat, but take a walk. And this will definitely help you a lot. Okay, there is a super chat, so let's pick that up. Okay. It's a super chat by Satya. Please tell me about the Azure admin career. It's very promising. I was not much aware about the Azure land, an entire ecosystem of Azure. I was more into AWS. But recently, I took more interest in the Azure. And let me tell you, it's occupying more and it's more focused now. So a lot of new companies are realizing that AWS is actually expensive and they are moving towards the Azure. But I would say that the learning path, what you do in the AWS, is much more better compared to the Azure learning path. So try to start learning from the AWS environment, and then moving into the Azure would be just like piece of cake. Not too much piece of cake, but yeah, it would be much more easier because the learning material in the Azure is less. Their certification and docs and everything, they are less compared to AWS. So start your learning journey with AWS and then move into Azure. You'll find right at home, almost at home. Harshvardhan says, resume builder is dope. Thank you so much. It's gonna grow more as we get more time. We are busy in a little bit more different project. Once we finish that up, we will be going for that. Gotham says, sir, AWS. What about AWS? If we can get like more questions, more elaborate question, it would be really good. Okay, Darshan says, when is your marriage? As soon as the lockdown opens up, I travel a few more countries, then we'll think about it. Maybe. Okay. Umang says, when system design course is coming? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what the next course is coming up and when it is coming out. Honestly, I don't like to reveal out what course is coming up and when it is coming up. It puts extra pressure. I sometimes like to bit lay off on the course creation part. Sometimes videos need to recreate and redesign. I want to take full time, whatever it takes to design a course. So that's why I don't roll out. It puts extra pressure. Okay. Keyur says, do you spill your iced tea every now and then? No, I'm not that of a messy person. I like to keep things absolutely clean and organized. So no, I don't spill it off. Once in a while, sometimes I do, but not too much. Like not accidentally tripping it off. No, I don't do that. Not like that. Okay. Okay. Shardha says console.log. Hitesh, audio is a lot better. Is there any new course that is coming up? Yes, there is a new course coming up, but when? Cannot reveal that. On what topic? Cannot reveal that either. Is it going to take a week, a month, or 2 months? No idea. It's in the format. I'm editing a lot of videos. I have one thing I can reveal. No, I should not reveal that. No, so nothing. We are not revealing anything. Okay, do you think judging by DSA skills is a good way, sir? No, I don't think so. That just judging based on the DSA skill is not good. DSA is something which anybody or everybody can learn. So I think projects are better way and discussion is always a better idea to judge the candidate's skill. Okay, there are a couple of super chats. So let's go on to the super chat part now. Okay. Okay, Satya says, please tell me about Azure. I think we have already covered that. And where is the next super chat? If I can find that. It's sometimes a little bit difficult to find. Okay, there we go. Found another one. This one says, can you tell the tech for creating PDFs of resume and need to help my teacher for creating certificates in one click with React, but it's distorting. It's very tricky process. It's not just about using the library. Like you can use the library HTML to PDF. It works really nicely. But the issue is there is a lot that needs to be done in the CSS and how you actually optimize that. So the regular way of using it is to HTML to PDF. There are a couple of other PDF libraries here as well. I can name you a few. Uh, So there is one library, React to PDF, and actually you have to use the React HTML to PDF. But again, the issue is that it's not going to work right out of the box. There is a lot of CSS and custom code that you have to write. That's exactly what we have done in the resume builder. The biggest of the challenge was to lay out and organize all those content in the way that we want. It's still not perfect. There's like the only way to do it is via CSS. That's the magic. Anmol says, resume builder is awesome. Thank you. SDE versus SDET in every aspect, salary, future wise. I need to probably make a video on that. And let's be honestly clear about the full forms here as well. That we are talking about the software development engineers and what is the other thing that you are looking up forward. So, yeah, we need to clear on that. There's another super chat. Let's pick up that as well. Okay, how to decide which AWS certificate to acquire? I do not have knowledge about use cases. Currently, 3 years of experience in ETL Informatica data warehousing. Uh, for your case, if you have 3 years of experience, I would say that start with architect exam and then move into the DevOps exam onto the same level, associate. So for your use case, you will be more utilizing the DevOps kind of a thing, uh, and Redshift and all these kinds of databases like Redshift and Redshift Spectrum will be much more useful for you because you are already in the data warehouses. So short answer for you, Neeraj, start with the AWS Associate exam for Architect and then move into the DevOps exam Associate level again. So I think these two exams are more than enough and you don't need to spend more money than this one. Okay, Harsh says, hey Tej, please create a Golang course. Yes, it is in the to-do list, but a little bit later phase. I thought of doing it earlier, but there were some more important courses and videos that came in between, so we will be doing that. Okay, Prashant says, you look like my mentor from previous organization, soft spoken and wise programmer. I really am thankful to you that you have chosen such wise words as well as some kind words for me. In the world of internet, it's really difficult to find people who share the kind words. So big shout out to Prashant and thank you so much. Soft spoken is the ability that I think everybody should have. Those who don't have should actually work on it. Everything you can do miracle by being soft spoken and a smiley face, so always go for that, always go for that. Okay, you should use template literal for what? I should use template literal for what? Do you have Discord? No, I don't have any Discord. I don't really think it's that much productive for me. Already Instagram is consuming a lot of time. I'm not even on Twitter. And then additionally, the work Slack, I have to check that out and maintain work for that. It's not feasible for me to be on Discord as well. I'm even on this chat app. What's this? The audio chat app, Clubhouse. I'm also on that, but I rarely get time to be on that. Why don't we do one thing? We'll do something on the like a 15-minute session on the Clubhouse as well. So I'll open up a Clubhouse at 10:15 and we'll do a Clubhouse session for 15 minutes, let's just say. So search up on Clubhouse for something like coders from India or something, and I'll do a small group session. I have never tried that. I'll try that today. What are the best career as a Python programmer? Start with the web dev, Django, mastering the Djangos and the backend. See, one thing I would like to mention this here since this question came in. If you're that guy who is more interested in, hey, I want to take Python as my career for a longer run, you should really focus on SQL and especially building the complex queries on SQL. It is utterly important. You have no idea that as being a data analytics and data scientist, you will be firing up so many queries. It's not always about crafting the models and stuff. Majority of the works comes in the SQL format. So if Python is something that is in your mind, make sure your SQL game is A class. So take this word, take this advice. Okay, Okay, there's another question. Parth says, what type of database to use for wallpaper app? Firebase or anything? Why to go for Firebase for this kind of a small thing? You go for something like SQLite or something like Yeah, you can do Firebase, but it would be a little bit overkill. What you're storing in that database, probably some links or some, like, how you're taking down the Firebase, the wallpaper scenario. Are the wallpapers coming up from sometimes in a web hosting, or you are just giving the wallpapers to the user binding in the app itself? That's gonna define it majorly. If it is something which is you are giving up like within the app, I think you should do that because it's just wallpaper. Then you don't need even database. You can just spin off a JSON file and just do it. So maybe I'm not sure how the goal is there. Sir, how to publish your app on Play Store? I have already made a video on that. You should try it on my channel. I have recorded and uploaded a video a while earlier. Okay, there's a super chat. Need to find that first. Okay, please reveal something. Can't hold this suspense. No, there is no suspense. Please, courses are always in the creation mode, editing mode. There is no suspense here. Nothing, no suspense. The course, whenever it will come, it will be out. I never revealed that HTML CSS course is coming up. It is already out there. And then I posted a story on my Instagram. I haven't posted that on on YouTube yet. I'll make a dedicated video on YouTube for sure. Okay, how do teach YouTubers learn so many technologies and be good at it? No, it's not like we quickly learn that. No, it is our job to actually get our hands dirty with these technologies. It's our job to learn these tech, and that's why we learn them. Saying about how we become good at it is because honestly, the secret is our mind when we make YouTube videos and on so many tech, it opens up pretty widely. And that's why we are able to learn them quickly, implement them quickly. Because to be honest, at one phase, you realize that it just is a loop. It's just the value being stored in the database. It's the value being searched from the database. So it's kind of a monotonous after that. Only the tech stack is changing, some syntax is changing, nothing too much is changing. Okay, Xcode is open. Anything new coming up? Oh, nice catch. I should be really more careful about that. uh, Okay, so I think you cannot see here. Can you see the file? You cannot see the name. Okay, thank goodness. I should be more careful next time. Thanks for that. Nice catch. I'll be more careful next time. That's why I always keep camera in front of my screen that you don't see anything. If this screen would be opened up like that, I would be sued. Views on Windows 11. Views, I'm excited. I'm excited, but I'm really worried about the bridging of so many things. And yeah, this reminds me that when I rolled out the last video about the Windows 11, I talked a lot about the bridging. Now, a lot of people took that bridging like literally, like bridging being designed in C++. No, that was not the essence and not my perspective of saying the bridge. Bridge means I wanted to say there is when you're dependent on any technology or any stack or any kind of in between something, that's what I wanted to say for the bridge. Bridge for me as a daily perspective is which connects one thing with the another thing. So the perspective of saying that there is an Amazon bridge and then there's a Windows bridge, the meaning to say that is if there would not be Amazon to install these apps, there could be directly an Windows store to install the apps. There would be the bridge through which we are going right now, it would be directly straight. A lot of people thought that I'm talking about we have to write those bridges, what we do in the Xcode and stuff. No, that was not the intention of saying it. But I do accept it was my fault. I was not utterly clear about what do I mean by bridge there. So accept that it was a little bit my fault there. I was not clear in the intention there. Okay, let's pick up another super chat. It's somewhere here. So many. Okay, suggest AWS course a foundation to production. I guess no such course exists as of now because most of them are just for focusing on certification, not on the production. Okay, so uh, Any two new thing you have learned this week? Two new thing that would be a little bit. I have explored a little bit about Azure. I have tried to explore a little bit on Hyperledger, and I was learning a little bit about the big data analytics kind of a thing like Redshift and stuff. So these are a couple of things I explored a bit. Didn't learn anything new these weeks. Not too much. Anyways, okay. Another super chat. How will be career for .NET Core? It's interesting, and it's a great tech right now to actually go ahead and start the .NET. It's much more stable and secure. Secure. It was previously there too, but it's much more friendlier now. Okay, let me pick up the super chats. I think I'm gonna about to miss them. There is another one from Rohit. So this one says, people say front-end technology changes rapidly, but I see React managed to stay here. Good point. And still one of the most used instead of being older. Your thoughts on future of React? I think I agree to you on this point that React has stayed much longer than even I expected it. When one time Angular and Vue came in, and especially with the Vue, when Vue came in, I thought, oh my goodness, now the React time is over and Vue will go. But I saw some great updates in the React and some SSR stuff, the server side rendering. And I think that with these kinds of updates, it's gonna go much, much longer. Again, after Vue, one point of time was Next. Like everybody was using Next and Gatsby because it was server-side rendering and beautification and SEO friendly. And then React rolled out these SSR updates. So I think the developers are quite aware. And one of the reasons why it is staying so long is because developers are facing some problems in their project. This is an actively developed project. The problem that they are facing, that they are fixing in the this framework, library, whatever you call that, it's very confusing now. Where should I put this React, into a library or a framework or just a tool? It's hard to say now. It's closer now to becoming a framework, but still it's a library. It's messy. But anyways, I think it's at a good stage, and I think in the next 2 or 3 years, I don't think React is going anywhere. But if it goes out from the market, let's just say next 2 years or 3 years, then something very similar and close to the React will be in the market. Something like Vue, if it manages to take over the market. Okay, Harshad says, wow, super pumped to connect with you on Clubhouse. I'll try to do a small session on, let's name it as coders from India, and I'll do a live on around 10:15-ish or something. So let's see how it goes on. I'm not sure how to host a room and stuff. Okay, Himanshu says, if company assign Vue.js to fresher, then it's a good start or not, your request to switch into React. If you switch into React, that would be great, but I think getting a chance to explore Vue is also equally good. So don't be like, I just need to focus on React and nothing else. You actually sometimes understand and appreciate React more once you switch on to different technologies. So I wouldn't be switching. If I would be fresher and at your point, I wouldn't be switching. I wouldn't be too much bothered. If Vue it is, then Vue it is. Let's explore Vue. Maybe, who knows? You might be thriving into Vue. Maybe, who knows? Okay, let me pick up another super chat that's going on. Okay, so where is the super chat? Okay, so this is by Ashik S. Nair. Okay, so where can I find this? Okay, found one. Okay, first here, this one says, how would WebAssembly change the landscape? Would it be pushed to DevOps, or would low code take over? Where do you see Rust in 10 years? Rust seemed very promising, but I don't think it will be mainstream that quickly. In order to learn Rust, you need a lot of time, a lot of time. It's not a language that you can learn like really well as quickly as like Golang or JavaScript or Python. There is so much of intricacies in this language that uh, it's so much difficult. So one of the major challenge if any technology wants to get popular is how many developers are opting it. Like JavaScript is easy, Python is easy, and that's why you see so many developers using this language. You don't see that much of developers from C++. It's really powerful. It can do almost anything. And it's not like we cannot design frameworks in C++ that can output the mobile apps and the web application. We can do that. In the web, there is a Crow framework of C++ which can output the web application, but we don't do that. These projects are not actively developed because it's tough to learn C++. And same goes with the Rust. It's difficult to learn Rust. Another super chat. Hi, sir. I was working on my online portfolio. I'm trying to get the recommendation from LinkedIn. Can you tell me some alternative? Because it's not working. It won't work because recommendation is something that you get from people who you have worked, either as a senior or junior. So that's how you get it. And if you want to work on your portfolio, focus more on your projects and not on recommendations. Recommendations don't really that much work. If your portfolio outshines, then your chances of getting the portfolio, getting the recommendation, and all of that will work majorly. And why don't you just apply directly? Don't wait for too much of the recommendation stuff. Companies need programmers. Look for actively for the jobs and all of these. Send your resume to the companies and in the zone where you want to work, whether it's payment gateways, edutech startups, or product-based startup, whatever it is. Just send your resume. If you have built something killer, they will notice you. They will notice you. Power BI or Tableau? Power BI. I don't have experience in any of them, but I saw some beautiful output from the Power BI, so I'm leaning towards it. No big reason there. I don't have experience in any of them. Okay, there's a super chat. It says, making notes when taking any course will help 100%. You should take notes. You should write code alongside. These are the good habits. You should do that. Even if you don't take like proper notes, jot it down. Something. Because this is most important. This is the memory, how you create memory about any of the course. So go ahead, do that. Okay, there's finally the super chat I was looking for. Can you do a weekly, monthly wise website review from our personal projects? Your rating and suggestion will be very helpful. Increasing our skills. That's an interesting thought, actually. That's a thought. I can do like a weekly kind of a review, but how will I take a website? Because if I'll open up a Google form or something, it will be just thousands and thousands of input that will be coming up. I can do like 2, 3 reviews in a Saturday Live, like for resumes and for not resumes, they are pretty hard to judge, but for portfolio projects, maybe you have designed a project or something. I can give feedback on that, but sometimes people don't take feedback nicely, so please don't submit that. Yeah, I'll think of something on that. I think there's a potential of building something here. I need to explore it a little bit more. So give me some time. I think that's a nice suggestion. Almost similar level of suggestion that we got in the resume builder. So I think, yes, this is important. We can do that. Okay, Pooja says, is it good idea to learn React if you have 3 years of experience in Angular? Suggestion after Angular, 100%. See, just try to get into same perspective as I am. Let's just say you have 3 years of experience in Angular. You can call yourself as, hey, I'm a pro in Angular, almost. And on top of that, you say somebody, I'm pro in Angular, but I know also a lot about the React. Now imagine amount of packages that are being offered to you or amount of opportunities you open up. So an Angular and React, they are kind of different, but once you understand the basics, handling of the APIs and all of that, you will realize it's not far away, far different from what you already know. So I would highly, highly recommend to get into the React. And somebody who has 3 years of experience in just pure Angular, I think it should be a matter of 2 weeks or 3 weeks to learn React. You can learn directly from the docs, or you can check out my course as well. It would be fast paced. Somebody asked something interesting, so hold on. This is interesting. Let's talk a little bit about this one. Uh, what do you want to say about John McAfee's suicide? Do you think this guy? I personally think this guy hasn't done any a suicide. I don't think so, because at least what I've studied, the documentaries that I've seen, and all the YouTube videos that I've seen about the John McAfee, I don't think that guy was too much. Like, he has done absolutely some horrible things. Let's keep that aside. But that guy was life. Actually, he wanted to live like every crazy way that anybody can imagine. So I don't think he has done his suicide. I think there was something more there. Uh, but yeah. Okay, so okay, there are some questions, and some people say that, "Hey, sir, why are you ignoring my questions? Have you seen the chat box up here? Do you think anybody can deliberately ignore something here when I'm talking to you, looking into the camera? Come on." Since your photo also looks like a school kid, pardon me if I'm wrong there, but usually kids are into the phase they think that I'm super important, and if somebody is not answering my question, that means he's ignoring me. First thing, you are not alone in this world. You are not that much important. I'm also not that much important too. So make sure you always keep that in mind. Nobody is that much important, neither me, neither you are. So we can just settle down a little bit there. Again, since you didn't wrote any question here, I just noticed this, and this will be now gone. Okay, let's pick up more questions. And there's a super chat, so let's pick up that. Okay, here's one. It says, "Are you familiar with Pure Script, Haskell? Your views?" A little bit about Haskell, but I don't have that much of experience to talk about it. Pure Script, no. Haskell, a little bit teeny tiny, but don't have working experience on that. Okay, where is the super chat? How to get job abroad as a fresher? Why should a company, like, if you want to go abroad, usually the easiest way is through the Infosys and TCS. These are like the companies and go-to companies to get abroad. If you want to get a job abroad, the easiest way is to get into an MNC which has offices in other countries as well as in India, and just look for those companies. Companies like Atlassian and all of them, they have offices abroad as well. So getting a transfer internally is much more easier, because you are not competing with thousands and thousands of people. You're just competing with few hundreds. So it's much more easier that way. But it's not like it's not possible. But again, the visa is really expensive. In case you don't know about this, when any company invites you to work in their country, they first need to draft kind of a newspaper thing. They have to publish this ad that we tried to hire a talent in our country, but since we couldn't find a talent of equivalent skills, that's why we are bringing a talent from abroad, and thus please allot a visa for that. And this whole process of hiring a lawyer, publishing these ads, and giving the proof and all of that is not easy. So, if the company is of that scale to put that much of expenses for you, then only you can go abroad. But nowadays things are changing because they can hire you remotely as well. But that's a different scenario. That's a freelance and contract based work. But you are looking more for as a job, then just look for the companies which are having MNC offices in India, like Atlassian. There are a plethora of them. Facebook, Google, these are there. And eventually you can go that. Pooja says, thanks a lot. Thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick up. There's another super chat. Okay, let's find where that is. Okay, so 3 years into PHP. Now I am looking for a switch, which is good. Python, mean, what's your opinion on PHP in 2021? What is good for me? A better career. PHP is now almost in the saturation phase. A lot of old developers are in PHP. So that's why it's getting as a little bit lower paying job. No matter how hard you try, PHP doesn't pay you that much of salary as the React developers are getting paid or the Python developers are getting paid. So I think mean stack would be a little bit better, because just with the Python compared to a mean, which is a whole full stack, plus the PHP experience we are bringing up, MySQL and the query writing experience. So I would say mean would be a little bit better, slight edge compared to other options for you. Okay. Thank you so much, teacher themes. I really think, and by the way, all those people who are worried about what is this, I rolled out a VS Code theme, which is known as Teacher. If you search for VS Code Teacher, you'll find that theme. It's the same theme that I use, purplish. Some people like it, some don't like it. So no need to send heat for that. If you like it, use it. If you don't like it, uninstall that. Okay, another super chat. This one is, sir, any suggestion for implementing one-to-one audio calling for web using jQuery and PHP? Yes, there. First, where we are talking about this one-to-one audio calls, that is a big question. If you're talking about the calls on the mobile phones, yes, there are IAX servers. They used to at least exist when I was working at that time. So yes, there are options for that. But if we are talking about one-to-one audio calls, then there are a plethora of APIs available from third parties, but you can code your own WebRTC to actually accomplish that. jQuery PHP doesn't matter. Node, jQuery PHP, all of them can actually handle that. I personally have never handled this kind of situation in PHP. I have handled this kind of situation in the Node environment. So yes, it's doable. One-to-one calling both for somebody in web application to web application, that's through WebRTC. But if we are talking about the mobile calling, that's different. That's through IAX servers and other all of that. Talk about Kubernetes. Yes, we are talking a lot about Kubernetes, but not in the video format, in the blog format. So check out the blog at Learn Code Online. One of my good friend, Rakesh, he's a pro, absolute pro in the DevOps technology. He handles one of the biggest security firm in the world, and he handles all of the DevOps for them. He's writing insane, amazing articles on the DevOps. So go ahead, give him some love and learn Kubernetes absolutely for free. And by the way, our blogs, most of them, like 90 to 95% of them, are paid articles. So they are pro. They are not articles being written for SEO purpose or something. They are written by programmers, and we have paid almost all of them. What I have written, they are like 5%. Okay, so I hope I have answered the question. I hope I haven't missed anything. Now let's take the regular question apart from Super Chat as well. Okay, there's another one here. I am no more on social media, so just a hi. Hey, hi to you as well. And I think it's a good thing if you're not on social media. But I think I'm still on active on Instagram and will be. So yeah. Okay. Your opinion on taking courses in one go, probably completing your React LCO React native course in 1 to 2 days. I don't think so. It is possible even. That course is gigantic. Even if you like watch in 2x, 3x, or 5x, uh, building all these application more than 10, and the final project is almost like an Instagram clone. So I don't know if you can actually do that in 2 days. I don't think it's possible. The final application is a Firebase based authentication system and an Instagram-ish clone. So I don't know how you will be able to do that. But if you do that, let me know. I don't think so it's possible. But hey, you are a superhero. You can do that. Okay, course, no SQL data modeling. I don't think there is enough demand to create such course. Probably I will create a small crash course on YouTube on that because not a lot of people are interested in that. I know I'll tank my views on YouTube, but I think I can do it. It's an important topic, but there's not a lot of demand for that. Okay, so let's try to pick up more questions. The latest one, if I can find. Okay, some of the super chats. Did I miss? No, there is one. Okay, another one here. I'm trying to guide a few juniors into full stack, but since I'm Android dev, I'm recommending LCO. Can you give a few pointers on what to anticipate when guiding people? Resistance is the one thing that you can anticipate whenever you're guiding anybody. So, jokes aside, whenever I say and recommend anybody to move into thing, I always recommend that start with my free JavaScript series and try to see that if you match with my frequency or not. No matter how good I try to teach, sometimes you just don't match with my frequency, and that's totally okay. It's totally fine. So try to recommend people that, hey, take my free JavaScript series and please recommend this series on LCO. Because if you watch the series on YouTube, then you just are lost and you're watching cat videos after an hour. So try to focus on learning in a direction where YouTube is designed to get you distracted. LCO is not designed with that intention. So start with my free JavaScript series, and only if you sync with me after that, then if somebody wants to learn web development, he can go for my MERN. If he has experience, if he is absolutely fresher, start with my HTML CSS course. So that's few things. Okay, another super chat. How to implement peer-to-peer chat? Socket.io. I guess that's the easiest way. I was afraid of Socket.io in the initial days. I thought, oh, it's going to be too much of code and too much of values. But It's not actually. It's super easy now. And I think I should put up a crash course on that, transferring this super easiness to all of you so that you can also learn the socket IO. And it's fun actually. So much of potential is there. Okay, now let's see if there is any more super chat. Okay, now we are okay. Now we are fine. Okay, how to learn DSA in Python in sync with cloud and DevOps. Rachit, what are you doing, my friend? Why are we chewing? Why are we biting so much of a big bite that it gives a problem while chewing? I don't think so. That's a wise thing. If you're focusing on DSA in Python, you should first finish up my course in DSA in Python. It will take you a few weeks or maybe a couple of months. Finish that off and then start and focus totally on the cloud and the DevOps side. Cloud and DevOps, they definitely can go a bit hand in hand, but this is too much you are chewing. So sorry, that's what my opinion is. Hey Ronit, thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, Rishabh says, can we expect course on creating decentralized apps, blockchain, and Ethereum? Uh, as I say to some people on my Instagram as well, let me tell you here as well. See, expecting something that's totally on you. You can expect whatever you like. It's almost like saying, hey, sometimes people ask me on Instagram, hey Tesh, can I ask you a question? I always say, it's your right to ask any question. Answering or not is mine. So this is the same thing here. Yes, you can expect, but when it will be out, will it be out or not? I don't like to talk too much on that, because saying that, hey, yes, I will be putting up a course on these dApps and blockchains and Ethereum tomorrow, you'll be getting more excited on that. And probably for some personal reason or something, I'm not able to roll it out tomorrow or anytime soon, then it would be bad. So I don't want to do that. Okay, there are two more super chats. So first, let's take them down. Okay, so first one is by Shivam. This says, I have quit my job, 3 years experience to pursue a upgrade diploma in full stack. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh, I was working on SAP BW. As I've changed my tech stack, will I face any difficulties in getting a job again after a year? No, you won't be facing any job because you have taken an off time to learn and upgrade your skills. So just be open about it. Say that in the interview. You won't be facing any problem. But you in the interviews you won't be counted as 3 years of experience person, because your 3 years of experience is in different tech, and now you're getting started as a fresher. So surely your experience in general will be counted, but not as a tech person. And since you have enrolled in some expensive diploma, I highly recommend to try out my MERN course in 199. You should definitely try this out, and we'll be laughing together. Oh gosh. I hope you are not opted in these courses because of micro, tycro degrees. Because apart from colleges, nobody's allowed to give you degrees. So please don't consider any of the certificate given by these companies as degrees. They are not degrees. It was a marketing gimmick given by all these companies, like this is micro degree, this is nano degree, this is pico degree, this is tico degree. They doesn't exist. These are marketing gimmicks. It's almost like saying, hey, that advertisement guy was doctor, he recommended me a toothpaste. He was an actor. He was an actor wearing stethoscope on his neck. So understand that. Lavanya says, thank you for sharing your knowledge to everyone. Hey, I'm just enjoying your company here. So thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, there's another super chat. Let's pick this up. Okay, so Guruji, thanks for new free JavaScript mock test course. I want to know whether your new HTML CSS course will help in the world of freelancing career. Yes, it's a course. You cannot be a pro freelancer after this course. Let's address this fact here. But it will definitely help you. This is not a course to take you from zero to pro in freelancing, but it's about designing and developing web application with confidence, especially websites, just HTML, CSS. So that's what it is. And thank you so much for the kind words. Looks like I missed the super chat, so let me quickly search for that. Okay. Okay, this one is here, and this one is here. I guess I missed the super chat. Okay, I found the Shivam one. I need to scroll this out. Okay, seems like no, I haven't missed that, but not sure. I try my best to answer all of this. I try to sometimes go in depth explanation for the question that you have asked, and that's how I miss sometimes on the super chat. So please excuse me for that. Okay, so looks like no, I haven't. Harsh says, what is the future of native Android? It's not going anywhere. It's never going to go anywhere. No matter what kind of Flutter or React Native anything comes up. Yes, I also love to make videos about Android is dead, React Native is here. But the truth is that native development, whether it's iOS or Android, is never going to go anywhere. Period. Okay. Web performance course. First HTML call to first render. Uh, yeah, that would be really, really difficult for me to make so many diagrams, so many animations, and all of that. Okay, Darshan says, when are you coming to Boston? A lot of my friends have Instagrammed me, DM'd me to visit USA again. I would love to do that as soon as border opens up. I'll definitely take flight and I'll definitely visit. And this time when I'll come to USA, I'll spend more time in NY as well as in Boston area, a little bit more on the eastern coast as well. So I'll definitely try to stay more this time. It's difficult sometimes, but I really in a need to go out and have a little bit. I'm frustrated here, sitting so long, 2 years in just in this room that you see around. It's difficult. Okay, so let's go ahead and take more of these questions. So many of them and so many amazing questions. This is the most important thing. Okay, what is microservice architecture? Please explain with respect to MERN stack. Okay, let me try to explain that because I cannot do a great job in this live chat. I'll do a separate video on that. Microservices is like decoupling of your app. So let's just say your app, in one section you are taking orders, in another section there is a reviews on the product, and the taking orders and the review orders, if they are completely different applications hosted on different AWS EC2 instance, if one of your instance goes down or somehow there is a problem in the app, then the thing is that your order taking machine or your order taking code syntax will not go down. So this is like removing and placing each of your computational chunk of your application into different machine. That's like decoupling your application. So that's basically your microservice architecture. The problem with that is if the application is not properly designed or is not suitable even for microservices, then the problem if anything goes and changes in the databases, then all the applications that you have decoupled, they all need an update at that time. So it can backfire to you as well. It's not always like the microservice architecture is going to be useful for you. I've seen a case where a very teeny tiny application was designed with a microservice architecture. It was overkill, and it ultimately was backfiring in every single update. So again, big shout out to Rahul. Great question. I'll definitely try to put up a video on my YouTube channel about microservices architecture. But it's like that basically. Okay, Prashant says, when someone said in the comment, you are Netflix for programmers, really addictive though. Thank you so much. I do agree on some part of that. Netflix, yes, we are almost becoming like a Netflix. But what you see on YouTube, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Actual, real, big, insane content is actually on Learn Code Online. So try to check that out as well. That's a plug of my application. Okay, thank you so much for my hairstyle. It's in okay format, right? Okay, there's a super chat from Rajiv. It says, how to get into IT companies since I was from electrical background with no experience, 2018 pass out and beginner in programming. Start focusing a bit on your portfolio first. It's a journey to enter into programming. I also faced a bit difficulty in the early days. I'm also from an electronics background. So first you need to focus on the core foundation of programming, something, pick up any language, like something, Python, JavaScript, C++, or even Java. You can pick any language. This is absolutely 100% myth that this language is dependent on this language. It's not like that. Every language has its own loop, variables and functions and classes and all these things. So There is no dependency of other language. You can learn any language at a given time. After that, focus on building some stuff, create a couple of projects, two, three, four, five projects at least, and then start focusing a little bit on the data structure so that you can perform well in the interviews. This is a process that nobody can skip. You have to go through with this. Since the people who are in programming and in the CS background, they actually go through this process during the college, so that's the advantage they have. But we also need to go through with this process, learn the programming, build some projects, have the knowledge about the computer system, and then perform a little bit in the DSA stuff. Is the whole LCO database and front end made by LCO team? Yes, of course. Who else will be making it? But LCO team is diverse. It's not like we are all doing it. Some are outsourced, some are being taken help from my friends, some we do it, some contract work. So it's a large project, big project now. Okay, there is a super chat. Let's go ahead and take that one. Okay, thanks for providing all the amazing content. I thank you for being an amazing teacher and for all the great courses. Hey Raj, thank you so much. Cheers. Okay, so it's almost 10 now. So let me take a 15 minutes break and then probably catch up on we'll catch up on the clubhouse, hopefully. Not sure, but at 10:15, let's just say let's catch up in a clubhouse. Coders from India, I'll take that room. If anybody has taken that room, I'll pick up another room name. I know people will be taking this room name. Okay. Thoughts on Scalar Academy? Is it good to get in the topics? Sorry, I don't comment on other companies and their business model and all of that. I have already put up a video on the ISA for students, income share agreement for students. You might want to check that out. Apart from that, I have no opinions, good or bad, anything about any other company. They all are buddies. They are fellow programmers. They are trying to provide something to the community. So I appreciate all of that effort. Again, it's not about competing in that. So, okay, that is an interesting question. Sorry, but I'll take that. Uh, Sir, the biggest challenge in microservices is IPC. Like we have to use Kafka or RabbitMQ, also maintaining global cache like Redis. Do you agree? 100% I agree on this. I haven't used RabbitMQ because we were using the Amazon Q services for that project. So SQS was our choice, but I agree. RabbitMQ is almost like, in case you don't know, it's a queuing service. RabbitMQ is open source by Apache. What we use is Amazon SQS because it provides a little bit more features. But again, please note down this one. This is 100% one of the drawbacks of using the microservices architecture. Anytime the database comes in, it's a nightmare to manage, whether that's a database or a caching database. This is one of the biggest drawback of microservices. So great point, great question, and great learning for everybody as well. I hope you have learned something here. Okay, so that's all what we'll be doing. Let me take a bit of rest now, 10-15 minutes, and let's try to catch up on the clubhouse. At 10:15, I'll create a room, and that's it for this one. And it's been a while that I have done any kind of live on Instagram as well. Maybe tomorrow. No promises on that part. Okay, so as a last final note, thank you so much for joining me up on this Saturday live. It was great answering all of your questions as long as I could. I know I cannot just answer all of your questions, but I tried to answer as much as I can. Some of you did share a lot of stories and a lot of your knowledge as well, which is great for everyone out here. So thank you so much for doing that as well. And thank you so much for showing up on the Saturday, spending 1 hour with me, all of that. And again, just like Vicky says, why don't you speak Hindi? I'll answer that question as well very soon. I'm working on something. So that's pretty much it. And that's all what we'll be doing for today. Keep writing some amazing code, keep learning something. And in case, in this hardship of the time, in case you are not focusing that much on learning, at least try to stay a little bit healthy. Don't go into heating argument with anybody. And take care of yourself and your family. That's it for this one. Keep enjoying. Most important thing, keep your smile up. That's the most important thing in life. Nothing else matters. Smile is the most important thing. That's it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Praveen. Thank you. Thank you so much for all of you joining up. Name of the room at Clubhouse, I'll I'll name the room as Coders from India, but if somebody has taken that room up, I'll name similar something. So bye bye and good night. Have a great weekend.